Hi, this is following on from my first homeopathy at home video where I showed how you can start using homeopathy with a remedy kit at home. In this video I'm going to give you a few tips on how to choose the right remedy. So sometimes choosing a remedy is really simple and clear, especially in first aid situations. For example, if you look in your kit guide under bruises, it has just two remedies listed. It's got arnica for soft tissue bruises and bellis perennis for deep tissue bruises. So then your choice is clear. You choose either arnica or bellis perennis. But most of the time, each person has their own individual symptoms in whatever illness they have. So, for example, 5 people who have a cold may all have different symptoms. One may have a runny nose, one may have a sore throat, another may have a headache, one of them might be thirsty, one freezing cold, one hot, and so on. So in homeopathy, you have to match the symptoms of the individual to the pattern of the remedy. And each of those people, each of those 5 people with a cold, may need a different remedy. So my top tip is to write down the symptoms of the person who needs the remedy before you start looking in your guide. Otherwise it can get quite confusing. You can think, oh yes, well maybe it's this remedy, or maybe it's that one, or yes, they're a bit like this, but not quite like that. So write the symptoms down first, and the things to look for are physical symptoms, so the runny nose or the sore throat, kind of general symptoms like whether they're feeling hot or cold, thirsty or not thirsty, but also what they feel like doing, how they're behaving. Do they want to be left alone? Do they want company? Are they restless, complaining, irritable, and so on. So I'll give you an example of how it works. So let's say we've got someone we want to help, and let's say it's a child. They've got a cold. So the symptoms we're going to write down are, they've got a very runny nose with lots of discharge. They feel a bit pathetic and tearful, and they want their mummy with them, so they want company. They feel chilly, so they might want to be wrapped up in a duvet, and although their mummy's telling them they need to drink lots of fluids, they really don't want to, they're not thirsty. Okay, so you go to your guide and you go to the colds section here, and there are a few different remedies listed. So you're thinking, okay, which one do I need? So you look at them, and the first one says for early stages of a cold, and it says aconite. But in this case, we're past the early stages, so that's not going to apply. We're not going to give that remedy. The next one says for thin, watery, burning discharges from the nose, arsenicum. So you think, well, not sure they're burning discharges, but maybe, let's have a look. So then you go to the other part of the guide and look at arsenicum, the remedy. It's mentioned, and it says the patient doesn't want to be left alone. Yes. They've got discharges. Yes. They're chilly. Yes. And then it says they're thirsty. So no, because we know that this person doesn't want to drink. They're not thirsty. Okay, so we go back to the cold section and we see the next remedy listed is pulsatilla. So we look up that one, and it says tearful. Yes. They want company and children are clingy. Yes. They're thirstless. Yes. And they've got lots of discharge. Yes. So we're going to go with the remedy pulsatilla because it fits all the symptoms that we initially saw in the person and that we wrote down. So I hope that gives you some helpful tips on how to choose the right remedy and helps give you some confidence to start using homeopathy at home for you and your family. Thanks for watching.